Alright, what is fair? We know what fair is by having rules in sports. We know what fair is by having laws and that combine us all, and we're all supposed to be under a blanket of equality and fairness. Now, we take the word fair, which is something that helps keep everyone on a level playing field, or should. Then we take a word called tax, and we put them together, and we say fair and tax. Usually those two don't go together. Taxation usually is, can mean that the richer get taxed more, the poorer get taxed more, depending on your country and depending on who's in charge of the country. Recently I did a report for another course that I chose to do a report on fair tax, which I don't know if anyone has heard about this, but it's an agenda that has been brought to our government lately that talks about making a flat rate tax on purchased goods, on brand new purchased goods. And personally today, my purpose today is to explain some of the fairness on fair tax and to show that the quality of this fair tax agenda, and maybe inform you a little bit more about it if you have heard it, and if you haven't, just introduce you to the whole idea. Taxation is unpleasant, but if it must be implicated, then at least make it fair. Consumption tax is a flat rate on new purchased goods, which means that if you go to the store and you buy groceries at the store, or you buy a brand new television, a consumption tax is to add it on to all your purchased new goods. Anybody goes to the store and buys anything, it will be taxed. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, if you are a citizen, a visitor, someone on vacation, or not, you would pay the same tax and the government would receive their money. Now, there's a couple kinds of economies that we have in this country that you may not be aware of. Underground economy is it's an $11 trillion a year money loss to the government, and they call it underground because it is unfiled tax by citizens who work and file their taxes but don't file all of the money that they make as income, or people who don't file taxes at all. This is tax money that is lost to the government through not letting them know about it, and the government loses money out on it, or people just don't pay tax at all, and so therefore this is money that is in the economy, and the government doesn't get any of it in order to fund programs that help the citizens, or to fund the government, the military, and so on and so forth. And if someone doesn't, in our system of taxation right now is on an income taxation, and also taxes are homeowners tax, and you have many other forms of tax in our country. A fair tax would get rid of all of those taxes, and you would no longer have any of those taxes. You would just have one flat rate tax on the new, I stress new, because many people think I'm getting taxed on everything I buy. No, only new purchased items would have this consumption tax upon them. So you would still have your eBays, your Craigslist, your garage sales, person-to-person sales that don't require this taxation. And also, if this taxation is gone, you will get your full check that you work for all week would come into your pocket. Also, owning a home, you would no longer need to pay a yearly annual homeowner's tax. So all this money would come back to you as a consumer. Our society is definitely a consumer society. We all know that by living in America. Gas prices have shot through the roof in the past years, and we've all complained about it, and everyone says this is terrible, we can't live, we can't buy gas anymore, this is going to cramp our style. People still buy gas, and we're still driving, and we're still making it happen. So, this society is a consumer society in which we will definitely continue to consume, so why not go to where the money is located? And everyone knows the money is located at Walmart, retail stores, so on and so forth, where everyone buys their food and other items. This is the underground economy accounts for $11 trillion a year. With a T, $1 trillion a year. This is just money that is just not being collected. We have another type of economy that is called the shadow economy. Now, this is the type of economy that floats around in America that is illegal. We're talking drug dealing, prostitution, gambling, illegal immigrants, and just any kind of illegal activity that is not being curtailed or the money is not being collected by the government. Let's give you an example. There's a 10.7 million illegal illegal citizens in the United States in 2009. This being 2011, we all know that many illegal immigrants have been coming in more more and more. Having been out of the country, I personally am not angry at illegal immigrants because I've seen third world countries firsthand, and I don't blame them. I would love to come to America as well, but if you're going to live in America, why not chip in like the rest of us, and let's make it fair. A consumption tax would do this. The illegal immigrants, what are they? Where can you find illegal immigrants? You can find them at jobs working, and you can also find them at Walmart, right next to you, buying their items in the same aisles as you do. They have to eat, and they have to buy clothes and so on and so forth as well. Once again, everyone's spending money at the retail stores. Now, let's move on to another part of the shadow economy, which is the drug industry. And we won't go into any other parts of the shadow economy, we'll just focus on the drug as well. In 2000, because it has to be estimated, there's no fine number, the illegal drug trade in the United States was a $60 billion a year, had a $60 billion a year revenue. That was in 2000. And now, with the way that methamphetamines have been able to be produced here in the United States, we no longer have to get everything imported in from other countries. We can make our own illegal drugs here. That number has risen, illegal drug use has gone up, and so naturally the money has gone up. And like I said before, we can't get a fine number on it. But what we do know is that the DEA seizes in a study that was done by the DEA from 2005 to 2011, the DEA seized $17.7 billion. If you do the math really quick in your head,